Good day everyone, my name is John, author of And Hear the Wheel, and doing today's Monday update via video, just for a bit of a change to mix it up. So it's 25th of August, we're coming towards the end of the month. It's been a couple of weeks now since the edit was completed, and the alpha readers started reading it. I think about most of them have sort of come back to me with their comments and their feedback, which has been really great. There's a few of you still haven't got back to me, but I know that are still working on it. Some I haven't heard from at all. In fact, I've still got one email that's been bouncing back and I still can't get through to, so I'm going to keep on trying with that. So what happens next? Well, I've got a whole bunch of things on right now, but I'm going to keep on working on these side projects until September, and I'm aiming for when September starts. Monday, 2nd of September, I'll crack back into the novel. So I've got emails with heaps of comments and even line edits. I've actually got the book printed out, sort of this thick, full of edits as well to go through, and I've got even more to come. So I'm going to start going through all of those. And once I've done that, and I've sort of got all those sort of dumb sort of typos or issues, or the things that people have thought about that I didn't really see, having been too familiar with the manuscript now, those that have come with fresh eyes and sort of, you've used this word twice in the same paragraph, or sort of silly things like that, get rid of all of that. Then I print it out in paper, Courier 12-point font, double spaced, give myself some room to play with, crack out the highlighters, spread it all out on the floor, and I'll just pretend I'm an 8-year-old kid again, and I'll just do some colouring in, and look for patterns and look for areas that are too much interior monologue perhaps, or too much action, and make sure there's a good intermix between everything. So that's the next step, and that'll take me straight through into October, I'm sure. So going on about what I've got on now, I thought I'd actually show you on the computer. Got my favourite forums open there. I'm actually waiting for someone to get back to me about a little piece for the podcast. Got the newsletter. Bit of engineering in there, with the usual sketch and drabble. This is another story I was working on before I started this novel. Been doing the rounds, so I need to sort of check up on again just to make sure it's alright. Here's the podcast. Bit of a simple one. Basically me talking with a few bits and pieces everywhere. And my show notes. So that podcast is going to be a bit different from the rest of them. I've been waiting to talk to someone about some progress they've been making on something. Don't really want to give it away, but not quite ready yet, so having to break the podcast into 2 bits. So it's going to, we'll get episode 10A out today or tomorrow, and episode 10B maybe in a couple of weeks. Just sort of really waiting for this area, all the stars to align really. So the next sort of step is editing, and really from a follower's point of view, I guess it's probably the most boring part of all really. I'm just going through and seeing the typos and fixing things up, and not really doing anything storyish. It's just proofreading. It's really not that exciting. So I'm sure I'll come up with writing topics to discuss on the website, but I'm going to try and start enmeshing into that some engineering. Obviously I'm a mechanical engineer. It's sort of an area of interest to me, and I've sort of talked about things in my newsletters. I'm hoping to bring a bit of that to the website as well. I've already had people asking me, can you talk about this, can you talk about that? So if you've got anything you want me to sort of bring up for the Elite Dangerous Universe, how would this actually work, not just in terms of a game, but in terms of Elite Dangerous being real as far as it could be, how the engineering behind the ships work. Or, I've talked about the heat transfer and the dissipation of heat through ships. The topic in the newsletter coming up is the passenger ships, or the luxury liners. How do you make a cabin in 0G luxurious? So that's quite an interesting one that I've talked about in this newsletter just going out. If there's anything that you would like me to sort of look at, do some calculations for, or just apply some engineering thought to, let us know. And you'll probably see it on the website in the next couple of months. Alright, well, I guess that's a wrap for today. Thanks a lot for watching today. Hope you liked it, the variation instead of all the words. Tune in next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.